Hi beautiful ones, you're welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making this tie you can see on the screen. Okay, so this is actually for beginners. Yes, beginner friendly. So I have folded my fabric, so you can see how I folded it because I'm using African print and the length of African print is about 45 inches, so that is not up to the full length of my gown. So I decided to fold it, using the other side of it. So I measured the full length of my gown, as you can see, then added my hemming allowance, then I folded it so that I can get the back and the front. Okay, so you can see what we have there. So I have the back and the front. So after folding it this way, I'm still going to fold it again. That is, fold it so that the two these edges would meet each other. So I hope you understand that. So you can see the way I'm folding it now. Yes, so you just fold it this way and then make sure you arrange everything. So after folding it, now I'm going to place my vertical measurement. That is from the shoulder. Okay, that's from the beginning of the fabric. I measured my bust point. That's, I marked the bust point, the waist point and the hip. Okay, so from there you measure bust point, waist and hips. I'm just repeating the marks so that I can draw my guidelines. That is the lines for guiding me. Okay, yeah, so like I said, I'm doing this for beginners, so I'm taking everything step by step. So this is the bust point, the waist point, and here we have the hip point. Okay, yeah, so let me just mark it so that it will be clear. Yes guys, haven't done this now, we'll take the shoulder measurements. Yes, so my shoulder is 7 inches, and from this shoulder measurement you mark the length of the sleeve, how long you want the sleeve to be. So I'm using 18 inches, but what I have here is 15 inches, so I'm going to make it up with lace fabric. Yes, I'm going to complete it with this lace fabric, that is piping the edge with the lace fabric, and that would complete the length of the sleeve. Okay, so now we would mark our neckline. So I'm using 4 inches for the width, that's 4 inches for the width, and for the back depth I'm using 1.5. okay, and for the front I'm using 4.5. so I'm not having zipper, that is, I won't have zipper on this gown, so that is why I'm making the neck wide enough so that the client can put it on. Okay, so having done this, now I'll go ahead and mark out where we want the sleeve to be. But first of all, let's place the bust circumference. So the bust circumference divide by 4. Yes, mark it there. Then I'm adding 1.5 for ease. Yes, 1.5 for ease. I'm not having zip here, so it has to be a bit free. Okay, so I'll do same at the waist area. The waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5. Yes, here I am not adding seam allowance because we'll be top stitching, we'll be stitching on top, so you get to understand that. Okay, yeah, then for the hip circumference divided by 4 plus the 1.5 for ease, and that is it. Okay, so I'm just going to mark there. So the measurement I have here, I will still that is what I will use at the lower side, but I'll be adding at least 5 inches. Okay, I'll be adding at least 5 inches so that it will be wide enough for the client to move. So sorry the camera didn't capture it, but what I'm doing there right now is the measurement I have at that hip point, then added 5 inches to it so that it will be wide enough. So now we want to create the sleeve, so I'm stepping down from that hip point by 5 inches. Okay, yes, so this is how long the sleeve would get to. Yes, so we're going to just connect it like this. So I step down by 5 inches from the hip, and the same measurement I have at that hip is what I'll be placing here. So this is where we'll be marking the sleeve from. So just watch what I'm doing, okay? So just connect it like this from this point to meet the edge of the fabric. So just watch. So I want it a bit curvy, that is why I went this way. So you can see how I curved it. Okay, so this is how I would cut it, but before cutting I'll have to add seam allowance. Yes, so you can add like ½ inch or ½ inch or 1 inch seam allowance. But before that, let me just connect this so that everything will be clear to you. So this very one I'm marking will be top stitching, like we are stitching on top. So please, you do this on the right side of your fabric. Sorry, I folded mine on the wrong side, but I later turned it to draw this mark. Okay, so make sure you're folding your fabric on the right side so that this very mark you have made now, you would have it when you're stitching. So right now I would add okay, yeah, before the seam allowance, let's just connect this down. I want the whole thing to be outlined so that you can see it. Okay, so you can see what we have here. Yeah, so it's time to add our seam allowance because we'll be adding it from this sleeve part down to the hem of the gown. So I'm using just 0.75. okay, not up to 1 inch, but more than ½ inch. So you can see that. Then I'll still add my allowance on this part as well. So note that this very part, now that I added seam allowance, we are stitching it inside. We're going to stitch it inside. Okay, that's why I'm adding seam allowance. So don't worry, when I cut it, you would understand. Okay. So you can see what I have here. So I'm just going to cut it out like this. Okay, then this one will be stitched on top. So remember I said you should do this on the right side of your fabric so that you can have that mark on the right side of your fabric, and you top stitch. We're stitching on top. So let me just go ahead and cut this out so that what we have here will be clearer to you. So I'll first of all cut out the neckline. Okay, so first of all, cut out the back neckline. Yes, cut out the back. Then after cutting out the back neckline, would shift it, we'll remove the back and cut out the front neckline. So right now I would cut out this other side so that you will see what we have. Okay, so this is it. So you can see this. So this other side is the sleeve. Yeah, so just want it to go this way and just trim it a bit. Yeah. All right guys, so now I would remove the back and cut out the front neckline. So I'll just shift out the back like this, just shift it out, then cut out the front neckline. So I say a very big welcome to you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, okay, and then turn on your notification bell so whenever I upload a new video you will be notified. So I have cut out the neckline now. So what I'll do is actually to turn this to the right side. Remember, this is the wrong side, so I'll have to turn it to the good side and transfer my mark. Yes, so I just have to measure it again and mark it. So like if I had done this on the wrong side, I'll have my mark. What I'll need to do is just to transfer to the other side where the mark didn't get to, but now I'll have to repeat it. Okay, so I'm marking the bust point just like I did before, then I'll mark the circumference and add the ease just like what I did before. That's exactly what I'll do right now, just transferring the mark. Okay, so this is it. Yes, exactly what we had at the other side. Now remember, this is just on one side, so for me to have it on the other side as well, that's for me to have this mark on the other side of the fabric as well, I will just turn it. I can decide to measure it again the way I did, or I just go the simpler way, which is using my pin. Yeah, so I'll just use my pin. That's one is easier. It's easier. So just arrange everything neatly, then I'll just press with my pin, and on this side I would mark where I have the pin. So that's for the bust point. I'll do same for the waist point. I'll just mark it so that by the time I turn it to the other side, I would see the points and just connect them. Yeah, so that is it. So just pass your pin through the point and connect. It's simple that way, so that by the time I spread the fabric open, I would also have my mark on this side. Then I'll go ahead and top stitch. So you can see what I mean. So all I need to do now is just to connect. So we have it there, so we'll just connect it down as well. So guys, you can see that this is very simple. It's a very simple style to make and beginner friendly. All right guys, haven't done this, I want us to cut the facing. Okay, yeah, so now I will get the lace for the facing. Yes, because it will be having lace at the top here and on the sleeve side. I'll use the lace to pipe the sleeve. Okay, so now let's cut the lace. Remember, our sleeve, I have to complete it. Okay, first of all, after stitching this place, remember we have to stitch here inside, then I will complete my sleeve with the lace. So in order for me to make my facing, I'll have to open it up. Remember, I didn't slash the shoulder, so I'll have to just watch the way I will cut the sleeve, just like the way I cut the main fabric. That is the same way I'll cut the lace, the lace for the facing. Okay, so I folded it this way, just like the way I folded the main fabric, and I'm measuring it to make sure I get the length that I want. So I'm using 8 inches. So from the shoulder to 8 inches, that is where it will get to. So you can see after folding it, the first one, now I folded this way again. So I'll take the same measurement I took for my neck width and my neck depth. Okay, that is exactly what I will do, so that I'll have the exact neckline I used on the main fabric. So I'm taking the neck width, which is 4 inches. Then I also take the neck depth for the back and the neck depth for the front, exactly how I did it on the main fabric. Okay, so this is the front neckline and the back. So first of all, I'll cut out the back. So for the length of the facing, I'm using 5 inches from the depth of my neckline. So I'm just going to measure it all around like this. So I'm measuring it from the front neckline. So later on I'll have to trim that off the back. Just keep watching and see what I'll do. So I haven't done this right now. Go ahead and cut it out. So it would have become, it would have been a different method if I had slashed the shoulder of my gown, but I didn't slash the shoulder, and that is why I'm using this method. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing right now. I would cut the back neckline, then open it up and cut the front. So I'm removing the back now, you can see. So I'll remove the back and lace it well again and cut out the front. So I'm cutting the front right now. So by the time I'm done with this, I'm just going to mark it so that I don't get confused with which side is the back and front. So this is the front, so you have to mark it so that you know. Okay, and even you notch the edge, or you just mark it. So that is the front. I'll do same to the back. So by just holding it this way, I already know the back. So this is the back. Still, I'll mark it. Then I will just trim the back. You can see that the back facing is it's longer. I'm using 5 inches, so I'll just have to reduce it so that we'll have it equal to the front. So that is just what I'm doing here. So right now I'm going to place my lace on the main fabric. Remember, I marked the front and the back, I marked the neckline, so I'm just going to align everything. So you see the reason, you just have to cut it exactly what you have on the main fabric. So I'll just align it, yes, following the mark. Then I'll go ahead and stitch. Okay, so but before stitching, this is what you need to do. Take the good side of the lace and match it with the wrong side. Yeah, the good side of the lace to the wrong side of the main fabric. So just pin it down together. You can see what I'm doing. So just follow what I'm doing. So I've pinned the front, then I will connect the back as well. So the good side of the lace to the wrong side of the African print. So I'm just trying to turn it that way so that I can merge it like this, and I'll pin it. So after pinning it down, I'll go ahead and stitch. Okay, so I hope you know why I'm doing it this way, so that by the time I'm done stitching it, the stitch will be on the wrong side while we bring out the lace on top of the front side of the fabric. So after pinning the front and the back, I'm pinning the side now. So just trying to match up everything. So I'll stitch it now. So I've stitched it all around. Okay, I've stitched it all around. So now you can see we have the good side of our fabric on the wrong side. So I'm just going to push it inside. That is the good side of the lace on the wrong side of the fabric. I just hope you understand this. Now I'm pushing it out like this, okay, so that we'll have it this way. Now what you're seeing now is the good side of the African print, and I'm bringing out the lace so that the stitches will be hidden. As you can see where we have the stitches. So I'll just notch it. Okay, so I'll just notch it all around, and after notching it, to just bring it out this way, and we have it. So now it's time to top stitch the lace on the main fabric. So you can go ahead and iron this if you want. You just place fabric on it and you iron it, okay, so that everything will lay nicely. So you can see what we have. It's time for me to top stitch. So for me to top stitch it, I will just fold it a little bit round and top stitch. But if you have something you can use to design it round, you can just go ahead and stitch it the way it is. Then you place, something like design around it to cover the edges of the lace. But because I'm not going to place anything, I'm just going to fold it. I would fold it a bit and use my pin to hold it down. Then while I am stitching, I'll be removing the pin. So you can see what I'm doing, just folding it a bit and using my pin to hold it. So I'll do that all around, then I'll go ahead and stitch it. So I have stitched it, and as you can see, this is beautiful. Okay, so I also went ahead to prepare pockets. Yeah, this very client love pockets a lot on all her dresses, so I just folded pockets, very simple. From the shoulder I marked 3 inches below the waistline. That is where the pocket would be, so it is that simple. Okay, then for my pockets I measured 11 inches wide, so that by the time I fold in 1 inch on both sides, I'll have 9 inches. So that is exactly what I did. Then I folded it, I folded that side and folded the lower part as well. Then at the top here I hemmed it. Yeah, so that is just it. So I'm just going to first of all stitch the pockets before closing the side. So the length of the pocket is 10 inches, so just in case you want to know. So from the okay, I've explained this. That is from the shoulder I came down by 3 inches from the waist, so that's where the pocket will be starting from. Then from the side, remember we are going to top stitch the side of the dress, so I came in by 1.5 inch. Yeah, 1.5 inch from that mark we have there, and that is where we would have the pockets. So I'll just go ahead and stitch the pockets. Remember we are stitching these two sides, but first of all we would stitch the pockets. Okay, I'll just stitch this way, and after doing that I would close up the side, the lower side. Remember we are stitching the lower side inward, so you understand by the time I'm done doing this. Okay, we are stitching it inside at the wrong side before we now turn it to the good side and stitch up the sides. We are stop stitching the sides. Okay, so I've stitched the sides. Sorry you can't see it clearly, but you can see I've stitched it. Okay, and this is what we have. This is what we have. You can see, and this is the pockets. Okay, so this is the lower part. So I'm yet to hem it. So it's now time for us to finish up the sleeve side. Yes, with the lace. Okay, so remember I'm using 18 inches, but what I have on the African print is 15 inches for the sleeve. So I'm just going to cut from the fabric, from the lace, to make it top. So what I need is 3 inches, but I'm going to cut 7 inches because I'll be folding it. When I fold it and stitch by ½ inch, I'll get the 3 inches that I need. Okay, so I'm just going to measure the sleeve all around. So I'm losing this part a bit. Sorry that my camera didn't capture this. I'm just going to measure the sleeve all around, then cut my lace accordingly. So I have cut out the lace that I need. So the next thing is just to pipe it. Okay, yeah, just to go ahead and pipe it. So this is what we should be having after piping the sleeve. This is what it should look like. So now I open this side a bit. I'm just going to stitch the lace all around. So this is how I will do it. I took the good side of the lace. The good side of the lace, I'll match it to the wrong side of the fabric like this. okay, the good side of the lace to the wrong side of the fabric. Then I'll go ahead to stitch it all around, and after stitching, then I would now fold it this way so that we can now have the good side of our lace on top. Then we'll top stitch. In this way, we'll have control over the stitches, and inside you will not see the rough edges. Okay, so we're just going to use this to seal up the seam lines or the seams. Okay, so let me do just that, and you see the final look of this dress. Yeah, you can see what we have there. I've already stitched it, and this is what we have. Okay, so guys, at this point, I hope you are subscribed to this channel. If you are not, please subscribe and like this video. Okay, hit on that like button and hit on the subscribe button as well, and turn on your notification bell so whenever I upload a new video you would be notified. So this is our gown, our simple gown. Let me place it on the model so that you can see. All right guys, this is what we have. So please give this video a like, and I would love to see you in my next video. Remain blessed.